Hi guys, welcome back. I have a caller on the line by the name of Antonio Garcia, and he has a story that he would like to tell us. It's going to be a brief story because, of course, he has some things to do. So he's on the line and he's going to share a really interesting story with us. Antonio, are you there?
Hey, mami, how you doing? I'm here. How are you?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Bien, gracias.
Okay, go ahead with your story.
All right. Well, first off, I wanted to say thank you for having me on here. I heard this from my friend, and I listened to a few things, and as I had to jump on here, I had to let you know some stories that I know.
Okay,
well,
very
this one
good.
in particular. Yeah, I apologize.
That's okay. Go ahead.
All right. This one in particular is something that's been rattling in my brain ever since I was a teenager. And it was just bothering me. I feel like the world had to know about this and these trifling ass women out here nowadays in America. So, growing up in New York City, this happened in the Bronx, and I was just working. I was doing my thing as a part-time employee, going to school, this, that, and the third. I met a gentleman named Ralph. His wife in it was not the best looking, but he met this woman, he fell in love with her, took her off the streets, cleaned her up, and loved her, cared for her. Found out she was sick, and he still took care of her, still stuck with her, stood by her. A good man, good man. Provided for her, very good man. Had a home, roof over her head, cars, clothes, anything she wanted.
Wow.
Come to find out, after a while, she was sick with some form of disease or what have you. He still stuck by her, cared for her some more. Fast forward a few years afterwards, when she got a little better, unfortunately, my friend Ralph got into a car accident.
Wow.
He was paralyzed. Yeah, it's unbelievable. This is the way life is.
May I ask about how old was he when this happened? I mean, about how old was...
He was probably in his 40s.
40s, okay.
Then, at that time, yeah.
Okay.
Mid-40s, early to mid-40s throughout this whole story.
Okay.
Anyway, Ralph was a good man. He got into a car accident. He was hit by a car.
Wow.
He was paralyzed. He was paralyzed from the neck down. Couldn't do anything by himself.
Man.
The lovely woman that he was with didn't take care of him at all. She didn't reciprocate nothing. So while she was pretending to care for him, she put him on the couch in the living room. You know, we all came to check on Ralph every so often when we were growing up, going to school or what have you, going to work. But we saw this lady, his wife, just laid him on the couch in the living room, put the TV on there for him, clicked it on, let him watch, let him waste away on the couch, all bed sores and everything.
Really?
Come to find out, this lady, she's been going upstairs, spending the nights away from Ralph. He was all devastated, guessing what's wrong. Come to find out, she's been having affairs under the roof, not even under Ralph's nose, under the same freaking roof. And she's got went upstairs. Yeah, you believe it? It's insane. That's insane, isn't it? It's to this day, it makes me want to spit. Crazy. This freaking lady, man. I don't know what to tell you. This freaking broad, she was. It's you know, you laugh about it now, but when it was happening, ain't nothing to laugh about.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So he literally took her off the streets, right?
Literally, yes.
I mean, was she
cleaned her up?
Was she homeless? I mean, was she on?
If she wasn't, she looked damn near it.
Wow.
So she didn't look right at all. Something got hit. I don't know. Something with the. But little do we know, we come to find out that she's been having an affair with multiple men and actually got pregnant in their bed upstairs.
What?
Yeah, so she got pregnant by another man while she's still married to her husband.
While he's lying on the sofa, paralyzed from the neck down or waist down. Did you say from the neck down or waist down?
The neck down. The neck down.
Yep. That is such a shame.
Care for him like he cared for her. This freaking hoochie got pregnant by some other man, freaking in his bed, nonetheless.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Man, now let me ask you something, Antonio. Let me ask you something. he had a good job? I mean, was he making like a lot of money, or he was just, an average guy? He was
He was a civil servant. He was actually retired from the fire department.
What?
He was doing his thing. Yeah, he retired. He got another job working with us kids, whatever. We were just working. I was working part time while I was going to school.
Mm-hmm.
He had some extra money coming in. New York's expensive.
Yes.
But he treated this woman like gold. He made that good money. He got a good job, good paying career, did everything. He's all insured, everything is paid for. Great guy, great man, great perfect gentleman.
And that's what always happens. Yeah, that's what happens. And you know something, usually, and not in all cases, but most of the time, okay, men will take a woman who's homeless, who's not doing well in life or whatever, and he'll bring her in, clean her up, do everything. Vice versa, women will not take, and they call men dusties, and I don't like that word at all. Old dusty, he's just an old dusty. I do not like that word. But a man will take a woman in, clean her up, get her all, on track and everything, and then she's going to turn around and do this stuff to him like that, especially in their home. In their own home, in their bed. I mean, it's bad enough to, commit adultery, to have affairs. It is so wrong, and let me slow down a minute, because let me just slow down for a minute. People have to realize you cannot play with someone's feelings. You cannot do that, especially after they've done everything for you. Okay, you can't do that. But you click on the news, okay, and I'm gonna say this too. You click on the news, and what do we always hear about? Someone deleting themselves or deleting other people. And the first thing they say is, well, he was so nice, he was so quiet. Well, yeah, he's a good guy, but people can only be pushed so far, and then they explode. You know what I mean? So, man,
I agree.
Yeah, and this is what happens, and women always say, oh, they want, and here we go. That's why I asked, did this guy have a lot of money? Because women are always like, it's the six thing, the 6 foot tall and over, the 6-pack abs, especially the 6-figure, year income. Okay. But then she gets all of these things, and then she turns around and still mess up. That's the type of man you want, but you're not treating him right. So my question is, what in the heck do these women want? You say you want this, but yet and still you screw it up. You know what I mean? And you can't go around playing with people's feelings. If you don't want someone, just say, hey, this isn't going to work. I think we should just part ways. Good luck, whatever. But they don't want to do that. They want to hold on to that man because he has the money. And then soon as the deal goes down, when that money is no longer available, or when that man gets sick, or he can no longer do things, and then they go out and do things like that. It is so different from traditional women, like, myself, my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and on down the line. They were traditional women. Okay, if the husband got sick, they stuck by his side. But now, these modern women, they're not going to stick by you. If you have one, you better hold on to her, because it's like a needle in a haystack these days. So, yeah, but that is just so sad. So, what ended up happening? Did they divorce, or what happened, Antonio?
Well, after a while, we got enough evidence. I know Ralph's family wasn't having it, so they were talking with them. They got something. I think they got a divorce, but Ralph had to go into the hands of the state. His family wasn't able to take care of him. We were only just kids, so we couldn't do nothing about it. But he's got lost in the system now. I wish him the best, but I haven't heard from that man in 15 years.
Really? So, and how old were you?
I was about 15 years old. All the way to 16.
Wow. Man, so you don't know what happened to this poor guy.
Ralph is a great man. I hope he's still with us. Hope he's doing well. Wish him all the best.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. That is just,
I know there's a special place in hell for that woman, though.
Yeah, and I said that on another show. I did another show, and I'm sure you saw that show. His name was Jordan, and I said that too. That I'm a big believer in karma. I don't care how old you are. You do bad things to people, it's going to come right back to you. I don't care if you're in your 80s, 90s. I don't care. It's going to come back to you one way or the other. So, yeah. So, I
makes you sick, don't it?
Yes, and she got pregnant by another man.
That's it. I wonder if she even had a baby. Who knows? She probably threw a baby out too.
Yeah, probably.
They don't even care about that. Never mind just men. They don't got no respect for the life that they're bringing to the world.
Exactly. You said the right thing there. Bingo. You said it. You hit the nail on the head with that one. So, but yeah, that's just very, very sad. It is sad how modern women, treat men. That's what I talk about. But like I said again, they want all these things from these men, and then the men give it to them, on a silver platter, and then you go and pull this stuff. So, and especially when he cleaned her up and got her fixed up and all this stuff, and then she's gonna do something like that. But you help someone and you build a foundation with someone, and then they go finish the house with someone else.
Yeah, see, they treat us like we're Geico or Allstate or something. But in somebody else's hands, they use us as an insurance policy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Ralph was freaking a great dude, but the insurance policy. She wanted the world. She wanted a fur coat. She got it. Now she's looking for something else.
Yeah.
Well, the fur coat was on the sofa. Now she's trampling somewhere else. She's probably hopping on somebody else right now.
Yeah, no telling. What's that old saying? You can't turn a what into a what?
Yeah.
That's true.
I ain't saying nothing, but you feel me. You got it.
There you go. And that is so true. That is absolutely true. So I am man, I feel so bad for your friend, and I wish you knew how he was doing and all that good stuff. But no, I don't know. You said he got turned over to the state, so who knows? Who knows? Boy, I tell you.
He's a great guy, yeah. But you see, everybody like you getting the word out over here. So hopefully Ralph will be the last story you hear about.
Yeah.
Hopefully this won't be happening no more. Hopefully you get the word out. Everybody will fall on their ears. From there on out.
Exactly. But something, I think this is going to happen more and more and more until people learn, what I mean. And mainly this is why a lot of men now are going overseas. I'm sure you heard of the passport bros. They're going overseas to find better women, traditional women, because those women were raised to be wives by their father and their mother. They're raised to be wives, so... Yeah, do you blame them for going over to try to find something better? I don't blame them at all.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm about to go with him. Let me get the number. I'm about to go with him. Take a home.
There you go. Get your passport, Antonio. You do your thing. Very good. So, but I appreciate you calling in. I know you have things to do, but do you have anything to say to the guys out there that, the story you just shared? I'm sure, with you seeing all this stuff as a young man, I'm sure that, it put some things in your head about women, seeing that at an early age.
Fellas, you just gotta stay smart. Ladies, if you listening to this, you know what to do. You gotta be smart too. You don't be freaking trifling like that. Guys, stay on your toes. You mind your P's and Q's, everybody. As a young man, that affected me totally to this day. So, I don't trust no freaking, what. So, hey, listen, you gotta let them know what's going on, and you gotta tell you exactly what's what.
There you go.
You guys can make it work. You guys meant to be. If not, cut it loose.
You go. Absolutely. Good advice. Very, very good advice.
I just want to let you know, thank you so much for having me on your show. You're doing God's work.
Thank you so much.
This is needed.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the call, and I appreciate you sharing that story, okay?
My pleasure, man. You have a great night.
Okay, you too. Bye now.
Bye.
Sad story, guys, but good advice he just gave. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next one.